You know the drill. Pray, wait, pray some more, wait again, and then probably maybe go on a fast if it feels like, God's not answering, or you feel like, okay, maybe this is going to be what does it. But even with all the praying, even with all the fasting, maybe it's because you're missing something, and that is thanksgiving. With prayer, supplication, and with thanksgiving. That's how we're supposed to talk to God. A lot of times we can get caught up in asking and caught up in doing, feeling like it's going to be through our efforts that God is going to answer. And it does require action on our parts. That's why in James, I think it's James. Yeah, James, it talks about how faith without works is dead. So it's got to work in combination. However, it's also necessary that we remove ourselves, take away all the self-centeredness in a way, and say, you know what, God, at the end of the day, I'm grateful. This is not to say that God does not want to hear us. This is not to say that God can't take our complaints sometimes, or even frustrations, or just being honest with him in prayer. Yes, he can totally take that and handle that. He wants us to cast all our cares on him. However, we have to reach a point where we have to just be thankful, not just for what is coming, but also in our situation. There was something I was praying for 6 months, and I was like, God, it just feels like nothing is budging. Like, what is going to happen? Like, I just don't understand what's going on. I did everything, and then finally God responded, and he said, well, why don't you just offer me thanks? And I delayed on that for about 2 weeks. I was like, no, there has to be something way more spiritual than that. And for 2 weeks I just tried to do it my own way. I gave up, and I was like, you know what, God, okay, what do you want me to do? He said, give me thanks. And so I was like, okay, started thanking him in advance. And it turned out, he said, no, I don't want you to thank me in advance for what's coming. I want you to thank me for where you're at right now. And I'll be honest, I didn't want to do it because I was like, God, how can I give you thanks for the exact situation that I'm in right now? Like, it is not ideal. Trust me, it's not. But I had to. And the moment I did, literally the next day, something changed. And then as each stage passed, it was just changing and changing and changing, to the point I can testify that the Lord took care of a request I had been praying for 6 months. In just one day, things all turned around. But it wasn't until I started giving thanks. So if maybe it feels like your situation is stagnant, or prayer request just seems to be on standby, try giving thanks.